That's something working. Let's put these cards up. Definitely figured out that already. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. And today, I got Jupiter on my mind. And I don't really know why for sure. For some reason, I'm trying to put Jupiter and purpose together, which is weird because after doing my research on Jupiter, I'm like, how can Jupiter help you find your purpose? For those who don't know your purpose. I know it's a lot of people out here that are kind of like lost and confused about what they should be doing with their lives. A lot of people just go off of what they seen, you know, what their parents showed them, or their friends, what they think they're supposed to do. But one of the main reasons why I love astrology is because it gives you insight that literally you could go your whole life and not know it, not know something, but you go and look up your chart and, get a reading or something, get a natal reading, which is what I do. And it can give you so much insight about your purpose and where you're supposed to go and what you need to be doing and what you don't need to be doing. That's the major thing, because in the society we live in today, a lot of people go off of trends. They go off of, what they see the next person doing. Right now, what's the trend right now? It's so much, but I know when I was a young thing out here in the streets, the trend was to like be doing modeling and tattoos and all that, tattoo parties and things like that. And I tried to hop on that trend too. I tried to be a model. I tried to, get in the crowd, get in the mix, but that definitely was not for me. And I'm so happy and grateful now that I know myself a whole lot more. I know what I need to be doing, and I learned what I'm supposed to be doing through astrology. So today, I just wanted to run through the signs real quick and, break down what you're supposed to be doing based on your Jupiter placement. If you know your Jupiter placement, comment down below, because I would love to see. I like to put, faces with charts so I can see, hold on, let me see how I get to the comments. There we go. Swipe left to okay. I like to put faces with charts and see who's what and who's doing, who's walking in their purpose already, because when you are, it's like an experiment. Life is an experiment. When you're walking in your purpose, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, then you can become an example to those who are coming up behind you, or for those who are, confused about what they're supposed to do, you can give them that guidance. So, just a brief synopsis, I'm going to run through the signs. So if you have Jupiter in Aries, and matter of fact, let me look at my chart, look on astro.com and see if I know anybody with Jupiter in Aries. Because if you have Jupiter in Aries, that means you're supposed to be pursuing a meaningful victory. That means that you are very competitive, and we know that about Aries. Aries likes to win. Aries likes to win. Aries likes to win. So if your Jupiter is in Aries, then that is amplified for you. Because that's what you do. But your goal in this life is to have a meaningful victory. So not just going after the little victories, so finding what makes you happy, finding out what would sit right in your spirit. At the end of the day, you're looking back over your life, you'd be like, damn, I really did that. What can you do? What win would make you just feel like so important? Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. Y'all give me just a second. No, I don't know anybody with Jupiter in Aries. Maybe that's a good thing. The big thing about Jupiter in Aries, this is your shadow side. the part that you need to learn and work with. You need to learn to walk away from the fights that do not matter. You need to know when to hold, and you need to know when to fold. That's what my grandma always tell me. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And you cannot win them all. Jupiter and Aries, you cannot win them all. So you have to have some discernment on what you give your energy to, on what type of battles you give your energy to. Because if you're sitting here focused on winning every single battle, if you're sitting here focused on, defeating all opponents, and no matter what it is, then you're expending your energy in places that, are not good for you or that are not right for you. So learn to walk away from the fight, Jupiter and Aries. If your Jupiter is in Taurus, you need an abundance of peace. That is your superpower, the abundance of peace. You need to learn how to listen to your intuition and be quiet. And if you don't know where your Jupiter is, go on astro.com, type in your information and look that up. But Jupiter and Taurus, you need a peaceful home. You need peace of mind. Like that's going to get you over the hump where you just get those days where you just feel like you can't deal. Come home, chill out, just sit in silence, sit in peace, and listen to your intuition. You need that stillness, because if you're just overstimulating yourself, if you're constantly watching TV, if you're constantly on Facebook or social media, if you're constantly, keeping yourself busy with something and you don't have that stillness and that peace, you're gonna veer off the path. Now, I know people are waking up, but we're still kind of like in a space where people are waking up, checking their phones, getting up, going to work, coming home, and that's it. Or just I won't say distracted, but I think that would be the best word. Distracted from your true purpose. And that's how I feel like Jupiter kind of plays in, because Jupiter lets you know, hey, what's your superpower? What are you supposed to be doing? How can you make the most difference in the world? How can you expand yourself? How can you improve yourself? And I feel like that's where Jupiter comes in. If you have Jupiter in Cancer, like me, your home, your family, your children is one of the most important aspects of your life. It's so important for you to be that rock for your family. Whatever role you decide, if you're the brother, if you're the sister, if you're the mama, the daddy, it is important for you to take care of your family. And your family and your home, like that is what's most important to you. Home sweet home, that's what I wrote down. And I definitely can resonate with that, because my home is like one of my most prized accomplishments to date thus far. My kids, love them to death, wouldn't trade them for the world. And it just feels so good being at home. I feel at peace being in my space at home. So, OG, you said your Jupiter's in Leo. Okay, that's where I was going to next. Jupiter in Leo. Ooh. So your thing is, you need to be vulnerable enough to express yourself without expecting appreciation. And that means, to me, what that resonated as, it's okay to change lanes. It's okay to switch it up. It's okay to be different, which, Leo, y'all are the star power of the zodiac anyway. But sometimes, you gotta switch lanes. And when you're switching lanes, being a Leo, you're like, oh, okay, what if people don't respond? Or what if nobody likes it? But you don't even have to worry about none of that, Be vulnerable enough to express yourself, and never underestimate the power of your magnetism. Never underestimate how powerful you are to make that change. That's what you need to be working on if you got Jupiter and Leo. Oh, I'm not doing suns and moons today, babe. This is just Jupiter. I'm just really fed. I'm just feeling really led to just talk about Jupiter today. Is that, do you know which house your Jupiter is in? That has a lot to do with it too. I love going through the houses, but I'm finding that not a lot of people know what time they're born. So it kind of You know, I kind of veer away from that. You're welcome, love. You're very welcome. If your Jupiter is in Virgo, your superpower is making a difference in the world through tangible means. Oof, 12th house. Okay. That's good though. That's good. Okay. So are you a Virgo rising? If your Leo is in the 12th house? I'm a Virgo rising too. But yeah, Virgos. If your if your Jupiter is in Virgo, you definitely need to be, your superpower is making a difference in the world. You also have the ability to master complex skills. So if you can just really dig down and stick your head in the sand and focus and study, you know, and just be disciplined enough to see it through, which you already have that complexity or that ability in your mind. You know, being a Virgo, you're always in your head. Once you do that, that's you winning. You know, that is your superpower. And you really come through in a clutch, Virgo, because a lot of people depend on you to break down those complex skills into something that the average person can understand. So that's another superpower you have that I just picked up, because a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people are dumb, but a lot of people don't understand that technical, you know, picking up on technical skills like that. And that's your gift. So, yeah, I think that's really dope. Hold on. For Libra, Jupiter in Libra. And this is real simple. If your Jupiter is in Libra, you know what they say about Libra is already about beauty, charm, elegance, grace. But here's the thing, you don't want to overdo it. You need moderation in everything. So if your Jupiter is in Libra, think about like a single stem rose. Think about having a beautiful vase, one rose, and just looking at it and just admiring the beauty of that simpleness. You know, you don't need a lot. Think about poetry, think about music, and thinking about sharing that poetry and music with those friends of yours or those people who appreciate it. You know, you could do a simple haiku and, you know, touch millions. You know, you have that ability. You have that ability to take something so simple and so, you know, just one single focused and make it so beautiful. That is your superpower. And you should definitely tap into that, because in a world where it's just always go, it's always something going on, we definitely need to simplify things and just learn to appreciate and be grateful for the beauty in the simpleness, if that makes sense. Ooh, Jupiter and Scorpio. This is an interesting one for me. Let me go ahead and pull up this chart, because hold on, the man I'm actually dating right now has Jupiter and Scorpio. If you're my friend, I'm definitely gonna look up your chart. As a matter of fact, I ain't even looked up my Talisa's chart. I need to go ahead and ask her for her information. But no, that's like one of my favorite things is to do natal charts, do natal chart readings, because I feel like there's a lack of guidance in the world. There's a lack of direction with the younger generation, and astrology can definitely steer you in the right direction and keep you from making so many mistakes. So I'm definitely gonna put a mental note. So we're at Jupiter and Scorpio. Okay, Jupiter and Scorpio, your superpower is achieving victory over an ancient wound. You are liberated through truth, through telling your truth or just being honest with yourself. And your faith and your humor brings you through some of the darkest situations. Just being able to keep your faith, being able to believe in God, being able to believe in the universe, being able to keep praying and to keep laughing and to keep pressing no matter what's going on. That's your superpower, overcoming, achieving victory over an ancient wound. And with the guy I'm dating, we haven't really talked about his ancient wound, but I kind of got an idea what it is. And this really resonates because as we've been talking and conversing about, what we're talking about each other's lives, I can definitely see he's overcome and not become a victim to what he went through, So if your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, oh, you are one lucky duck. No, seriously, because Jupiter is already considered a lucky planet. Sagittarius is already considered lucky. So, you just get those combined. You are a lucky MFer, okay? But no, if your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, you live your life as a quest. This is like the biggest experiment. This is like not being afraid to, book a trip with your rent money because you already know you gonna have it, No, for real, Jupiter and Sagittarius are like that. I know a couple of them. A good saying for Jupiter and Sagittarius is experience brings wisdom, and a lack of wisdom brings experience. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. And that's not just for Jupiter and Sagittarius, that's for everybody. Experience brings wisdom. So what does that mean? You can't tell somebody anything. Well, you can say stuff to people, but if you don't have the experience in something, how can you give somebody advice? How can you tell, how can you guide or, impart wisdom into somebody if you don't have the personal experience? For example, if you never bought a house before, how can you sit here and tell somebody what they need to do to go and buy a house? Now, does that make sense? No. But lack of wisdom also brings experience. That means you step out on faith. That's the Fool card. You step out on faith and gain that experience. Don't just wait for it to come to you. Sometimes you got to step out on faith. And Jupiter and Sagittarius people are really good at doing that. And I'm kind of lightweight jelly, but I'm not, But that's just one of the area of my chart that I need to work on, being more spontaneous, because Jupiter and Sagittarius is very, very, very spontaneous. If your Jupiter is in Capricorn, you are the GOAT, my love. You are excellence. Your great work has to be excellence. Your life work has to be excellence. So whatever it is that you decide to do, you're going to excel at it. But you just have to make sure you have the discipline, focus, and consistency to excel at it. Don't get distracted. Don't let anyone to tear you down. Don't let anyone make you doubt yourself. That's the ticket right there. And you need to define your own moral values and integrity. So basically that's like, don't let anyone tell you what's right and wrong if it doesn't feel right and wrong to you. Does that make sense? Come up with your own level of moral value. So for example, we could just give an example of lying. I feel like lying sometimes is okay in the right circumstances, in the right settings, because you ain't about to catch me slipping. So, and that's my own personal set of moral values. It might be different from the next person, but it's your life. Define your own set of moral values. Don't let anybody else define that for you or try to put you in a box. If your Jupiter is in Aquarius, that's my son. That's my oldest son. His Jupiter is in Aquarius and he's so tight. But I don't think he's mature enough to actually have, he's only, 11? He's only 11. So we haven't even got to the point where it's manifested in his life yet. But Jupiter in Aquarius, your life is truly your own. Like, this is, like I said before, life is an experiment. Go after what you believe you want to go for. Even if it seems like so outlandish and you don't think nobody gonna like it, you don't think nobody gonna understand, still do it anyway. Because this is your life and you have to, at the end of the day, you have to be happy with your decisions. You have to be content with your path because no one else can do it for you. And that's the biggest thing. In Jupiter and Aquarius, you see the possibilities that no one else can even imagine. So if that is your placement, then you definitely out here winning because you can really... Oh, I thought his Jupiter was in Aquarius. Maybe that was my other sign. Hold on, let me see. No. my other son got Jupiter in Leo. Where's that next? I know somebody just had Jupiter in Aquarius. I seen it. What the hell? I ain't got Jupiter in Scorpio. Okay. So yeah, and then the last one is Jupiter in Pisces. Basically these are like the biggest mediums, the biggest psychics, the biggest channelers in the zodiac. You got Jupiter in Pisces. You definitely seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting spirit, you know, all day, every day. It's there. And I know some, matter of fact, let me see. My sister is very sensitive to that, but she's a Pisces sun. Let me see where her Jupiter is. Ooh, nah, her Jupiter is in Capricorn. All right, never mind now. Yeah, but if you have Jupiter in Pisces, you definitely are psychically strong. You know, you're clairvoyant, you're clairaudient, you got it. You got that gift, baby. Definitely. But you just need to learn how to, you know, tone it down a little bit, if that makes sense. You know, because sometimes being too open to spirit, it can be draining. You got to learn how to, let me see. I think she got Jupiter in Pisces. Hold on, let me see. Because I'm trying to find a good example of Jupiter in Pisces, you know. But another Jupiter in Leo. I told you I knew a lot of them. So yeah, those are just that. It was just a rundown of the 12 signs of how Jupiter can help you to find your purpose, how Jupiter can help you to overcome any obstacles, how Jupiter can help you to expand. Because there are different avenues of finding what you need in this world. There are different, you can always pray and ask God, ask spirit, ask the universe to, you know, help you to overcome. But why not use this technology? Why not use this ancient technology to figure out, you know, your life path? So if you want a natal reading, just go ahead and hit me up. I definitely do those, and I love doing that. It's like one of my passions. And Jupiter can also give you the solution. So just a little rundown of Jupiter real quick. Is the number 3. Thursday is the day of Jupiter, and purple is its color. And the number one thing with Jupiter is you have to be honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself those tough questions. You have to, you know, stop bullshitting yourself. Because if you're bullshitting yourself, if you're not really honest with yourself, you can never get anywhere. Never. So just be wary of that. Be honest with yourself. Who's watching? I don't know who's watching, but whoever's watching, do you want to tell me where your Jupiter is? I can't tell. Talisa's watching. Where's your Jupiter, Talisa? Girl, that's why I was just talking about you earlier. I need to get your, look up your natal chart, because I love looking at people's chart. You know where your Jupiter is at? If I had to guess where your Jupiter is at, just knowing what I know about you, I would say, let me see. Where is Talisa's Jupiter at? I would say your Jupiter is in Cancer. Your Jupiter is in Cancer. You know why I know this? Because we like right here. We like a month apart. Yeah, your Jupiter's in Cancer. Yep, because you got a big family too. And that is your heart. That's your word. Your family is like the most important thing to you, right? See? Oh, listen to your intuition. And that's what I'm saying. Listen to your intuition. So yeah, for Cancer, it's home sweet home. It's very important for you to have a stable home for your kids. It's very important for you to, you know, be a good mother. It's very important for you to, you know, feed and nourish your children. It's very important for you to nurse, you know what I'm saying? To just to be there for your kids, just to be that rock. So that's, yeah. Oh, that's why we soul sisters. I already know. We here. So yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Let me see. Who else? I be looking up celebrities. Natal charts too, just to see. So let's see here. Let's look up Michael Jackson's. Michael Jackson's Jupiter and see where it's at. Hold on. Michael Jackson's Jupiter was in Cancer. Wow. And he had a big family too. Wow. Right next to Chiron. Yup. So if you got any planet that's sitting right next to Chiron, that is like your inner wound. That's like it's like your strength and your weakness, you know? So like, that's crazy. Wow, we got the same placement. Jupiter and Chiron in Cancer. I got that placement too. So it's like my family is so important to me, right? That's like my biggest accomplishment, my family. But on the other side of the spectrum, my extended family, I got problems with them. My mama, my daddy, you know, my sister, I got issues with them. And it's like, I just want everybody to get along. But, the Scorpio in me is like, fuck them, you know, but it's like, I really deep down in my heart, I really want us to get along and get together and, you know, have those big Sunday dinners. But it's like, at this point in time, I don't know how to go about doing that. So I'll just love them from a distance, you know, don't completely write them off, but just love them from a distance to, you know, give myself some type of peace of mind. So I thought that's tight. Michael Jackson's Jupiter is in Cancer in his 5th house. Wait a minute. Wow, sitting right there. No, it's in his 6th house of work. Okay. I heard he was a workaholic. Let's see what other celebrity we got here. Let's look up Nas. Yeah, I love Nas. That's why I named my son. That's partially why I named my son Nas, because I really love that name. Nas, the rapper Nas. His Jupiter is in Aquarius. Interesting. So if you got Jupiter of Aquarius, you can see possibilities that no one else can see. Now, would y'all say Nas is a visionary? Let's go back. Let's think about some of his music that he didn't put out. I don't even remember the last time Nas put nothing out, but he did. Y'all remember that song, I Know I Can Be What I Want to Be? Yeah, I like that song. That was tight. And you know what? That's really underrated. So I could definitely see him being a visionary and creating a life that's truly his own. Definitely. What, Lennox?
Can I have a jar eraser?
Sure. He is always asking for candy. Hey, cuz, yes, I can definitely do yours. And you know what? Do you know what time you was born, Nay? Because you know what's funny, Nay? I already got your stuff in here. Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. Your birthday is February 29, 2000, right? $5 p.m. All right, bad. I love when people know what time they born, because boy, that really breaks it down to be even more specific and really gives you guidance on what you need to be doing. So let me just put 5 p.m. 5 p.m. on a dot, girl? That's specific. Yep, you was born here in... All right, let's see. Nay, your Jupiter. Oh, yes, because I did look this up earlier. Your Jupiter and your Saturn is in Taurus. So that's very interesting. Let me see. What's Taurus? Jupiter and Taurus. That peace of mind, baby. And this is what we was talking about not too long ago. You need peace of mind, but also you need to listen to your intuition. So you need to cut out all the noise, cut out all the distractions, and listen to yourself. Listen to your heart, one, and then that's going to lead you to listening to your intuition. You need that quietness, you know, because when you're just constantly distracted, when you just constantly got going on, when you just constantly hearing stuff, it's hard to like, weed out what's intuition, weed out what's your ego, weed out your fears, weed out, the stuff that's really not for you, because when stuff is going bad in life, it's hard to listen to God. It really is. It's hard to discern, okay, is this God talking to me, or is this this is myself? Is this, or is this another spirit? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to have that quietness, that stillness, that peace, my love. Get you some headphones. Listen to some, when I go to sleep, I be listening to the whales making love. That's, oh my goodness, I go to sleep so good off of that. But it just puts you in that relaxed mode, that peace, because if you're too stimulated, you're not going to know what's going on. So yeah, good. I'm glad that resonated with you, because I'm like that too. That's why I'm not antisocial, but I am very selective on who I let into my home, because I don't be wanting to listen to Maury at 9:00 in the morning. Yo, that was some shade. That was shade, but yeah. Jupiter in Taurus, and you know what? You got Saturn in Taurus too, so you might want to look at that. Jupiter in Taurus. You gonna call me and get a full reading? Yeah. All right, love. Thank you. Oh man, I said, hey baby. Yeah, Jupiter in Taurus, Nay. And then you also got Saturn in Taurus. So you might want to look that up and see what it say, because Taurus is all about your money. Taurus is all about your home life, your money, your stability, your material security. So you might want to look that up and see how you can, how that applies to your life. Yes, let me see your birth chart, or if where is your Jupiter at, let me know where your Jupiter is, because that's what we're talking about today. I kind of want to stay on track. Let me turn these lo-fi beats down. I don't know if y'all can hear me okay. Matter of fact, I don't like that one. That sounds like some Scottish music. Here we go. Let's turn it to something else. I love lo-fi beats, y'all. If that's a good way to definitely get your energy right too. Just listening to those lo-fi beats that get you in a zone of focus, concentration, especially when you're supposed to be focused on like maybe writing or something like that, or maybe just not looking at a screen, because we've been doing way too much of that. I don't know about y'all, but I have been doing way too much of that. And over the last month, I've stopped like watching so much TV, and it has done wonders for my personal life. Like, I'm manifesting like crazy now. I'm like, damn, I should have stopped watching TV like a year ago. There's so much shit going on in my life. It's just so beautiful. I'm just like, wow. Oh, your Jupiter is in Cancer, baby. Yes. I got another one. I feel like all of us that have Jupiter in Cancer, we're so unique. We're so special when it comes to our babies, when it comes to our home, when it comes to just having that mothering aspect. Because, Jupiter is expansion, it's growth, it's abundance. Cancer is the mother, Now, I don't know about you, love, but I've had, I think I did see a post where you said you have had issues with your mother in the past, being jealous of you and mistreating you and things like that, right? I've had that too. And it's like you, through adversity, through that hard times with your mother, it makes you a better mother. Is that right? It makes you want to be a better mother. It makes you want to be more understanding. It makes you want to be more, open and, willing to listen to your child and just give them the best possible life that you never even dreamed of, So for all of us that have Jupiter in Cancer, we really just need to get together and do some collective healing, really though, because so many people in this world lack that genuine mother figure. They lack that person that truly cares about well-being, seeing them nurtured, seeing them nourished, seeing them loved. Because at the end of the day, that's who we are. We just love. If I mess with you, if I call you a friend, I love you just like I love my kids. It's really no difference. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I love my kids. Those are my kids, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I love them more than I love you. No, love is love is love is love, you know? And so because you have Jupiter in Cancer, yes, it comes so naturally for you. And you love harder relationships. And you might end up treating your relationships like your kids. You treat your partners like your kids. You just want to give them that love. I know I'm guilty of that. And I'm trying to not take a step back, but try to, treat them more manly and stop trying to mother them so much. So yeah, that's dope. Jupiter in Cancer. That's me. And you know what? That's probably from 89? Were you born at 89? Because that's when I was born, 89. And I know Talisa was born in 89 too. She got Jupiter in Cancer. And that's crazy because it's like I'm seeing a lot of us that are born in Jupiter in Cancer. We got a lot of kids. At least 3 or more. Yeah, 89. Yeah, that's the year. Ooh, and you got a birthday girl coming up. Okay. You excited? You ready for this 8-8 portal? Yes, I know I am. I got my candles burning right now. You want 5 kids? Oh, snap. Yo, you know what my OG told me? 3 kids is not that much different from 4. 4 kids is not that much different from 5. Once you get a certain level of kids, you be like, oh, okay. All right, just come on with it. It's not that different. And I think that's what a lot of people with no kids or 1 kids don't see. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you don't want a lot of kids. Okay, cool. That's not for everybody. But for us that do want a lot of kids, or for us that do already have a lot of kids, we don't love them no different just because we got a lot of kids. And I don't look at people with a lot of kids no different than people who got 1 or 2. Because at the end of the day, the goal is still the same, is to raise these babies to the best of our abilities, So, yeah, that's dope. Girl, you got me excited. Oh, you going to Cancun? Ooh, yes, being on somebody's beach. That sounds so lovely. You enjoy yourself, most definitely, because you deserve it. You said, what's one more? Yo, so the guy, and I'm going to leave it at this. The guy I'm dating, this man got 5 kids. So if we were to make something official, he got 5, I got 4. That's 9 kids total in one house. Whew, that's a lot of kids. That is a lot of kids. I'm like, all right, bet. But the good thing is, it's like half of them are older, half of them are babies. So I'm like, okay, if we were to make this thing official, I think it could really happen. I think we could really mesh that. But that's a big ass family. I want to see if I can find a dining table that's big enough for 11 people. That'll be the kicker right there. That's goals. A dining table big enough for 11 people. You said the Black Partridge family. I said the Cosby family. the fake Cosby family. For real, because that's a lot of... How many kids did they have, actually? I'm going to look that up and see. How many kids I think it was like 6 or something like that. Deja Blue. Hey, baby. You said Jupiter and Pisces in your 5th house. Are you a clairvoyant? Are you, like, super creative? Do you, like, get insights and guidance from spirit regarding your creative life? That's what I get. That Jupiter in Pisces is very psychic. Very psychic. They're very sensitive too. Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's so beautiful. Jupiter and Pisces is so beautiful. It's like they touch your spirit. You could be creative through music. You can be creative through art. Yeah, you can. It's like, and I thought I knew somebody. Let me look up here because I thought I knew somebody with a Jupiter in Pisces, but I don't. Because I collect charts for a living, yo. That's like my that's my guilty pleasure. Because it's like research. I want to go back and say, oh, okay, I knew this person that had Jupiter in Pisces, and they, they were similar to this person. So yeah, you are an artist, and I bet you good at it too. And I bet, like, I don't know, I don't want to be in your business too much, but you probably smoke, or when you're under the influence, you probably do some really good work. That's just my discernment. I know I do the greatest creative work when I'm under the influence. So y'all heard of King Soon, right? Y'all heard that little ching 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 goes the money tree? Yes, definitely. You said yours is in the 4th house? So, oh, yeah. Girl, that's... yes. So, this was last week. I don't smoke, and that's another thing. When you constantly smoke, like, constantly, it's a habit, your creative ability is definitely going to decline. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be declining like on a always downhill spiral, but you just not as creative as if you do it like maybe once a week or maybe twice a week or maybe once a month. But last week I smoked for the first time, right? And I was listening to that Ching 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 Goes the Money Tree by King Soon, and look what I created. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Look at my baby. Y'all don't mind my dirty room. Can y'all see that? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me put it over here. So this is my little money tree, y'all, with my little snake around it. Made out of clay, little polymer clay. And I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. And I didn't even, I did this all from scratch. And I was like, oh my God. Y'all love it? Thank you. I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And I made the little snake and stuff with little, those are opals, little opal beads that I got from somewhere. I don't even know. But yeah, that ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. Bruh, soon as I listened to that, I got $300 that same day, the first time I listened to it. Because I've been hearing it around, but I'm like, it's an affirmation. That's tight. He did good. So I was like, let me listen to this stuff. And I got $300 that same day. So if you need some money, you in a pinch, go listen to that Ching 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 Goes the Money Tree and shake you 4 pennies in your hand while you listen to that. And I bet you, it's going to come through. So yeah. Yeah, I think we hit it all. Anybody else got a Jupiter somewhere that they want, insight into? Because that's where your purpose lies. That's how you're going to find fulfillment. That's how you're going to be the happiest version of yourself, is when you start tapping into your Jupiter and start listening and start being led by your, like Deja, being led by your creativity, being led by what's here, and listening to your intuition. That's where you're going to win at. That's where you're going to win at. Anybody else got a Jupiter that they want to share? If not, I'm going to go ahead and clean my room up because the kids start school tomorrow. So I definitely got stuff to do today. But yeah, definitely reach out to me if you want a natal chart reading, or if you just want to talk. I love talking about astrology. I love talking about, crystals and all that. Just definitely reach out to me. You're welcome, love. So, yep. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care.